Hi guys, and welcome back. The sun is shining. I am finally able to be back out here on my deck after the 4 feet of snow officially has melted and is out of sight. And it is spring. The sun is shining. It's 50 degrees outside. And while my eyes might be a little squinty, I'm very excited to share this Vinyasa flow with you. I led this for a class in our studio last week, and I think it's a great way to start the new season, really focusing on self-expression through movement and allowing yourself to find your fullest expression of the poses that I'm going to share with you and throughout all of your yoga practices, knowing that your pose shouldn't and most likely won't look like anyone else's because it is uniquely yours, and that your body, your movement, and your experiences within these poses is exactly what you make it. So putting aside comparison, judgment, and just showing up exactly as you are today, ready to move with me on the mat outside. I'm so happy to be here. And yeah, with that being said, let's get started. We'll start on our back in Supta Baddha Konasana, butterfly, reclined butterfly. And just allow yourself to slowly arrive here in this moment. Maybe you're also outside or in your cozy space, wherever it is. Let's take an inhale together in through the nose, filling the lungs, pausing once you've reached the top, and take one more sip of air in through the mouth. And exhale an audible sigh. Let it all go. Fully showing up for yourself in this space right here, right now. Taking a moment before we start moving to set an intention, maybe repeating an affirmation in your practice. For me, I'm currently working on the wise words of Frida Kahlo. I am my own muse. I am the subject I know best, the subject I want to better. With this being said, moving through your practice today with your own expression, taking what you need and leaving what you don't. Listening to those internal cues of the body, knowing that I am here solely as your guide, and finding your flow throughout our practice today. Bring that right hand to belly, left hand to the heart. As we begin to deepen our breath here on the inhale, feel the belly rise. And exhale, let it sink back down to the mat. One more just like that. Inhale. And exhale. On the next inhale, we'll go ahead and take a full body stretch, reaching the arms and legs in opposite directions like you're just waking up in the morning. Breathing in here. And exhale, bring those knees to chest. Giving yourself a gentle rocking motion side to side. And eventually bring the hands behind the thighs on the hamstrings. And we'll find this rocking motion forwards and backwards until we rock ourselves up to our seated Sukhasana position. Eyes can stay gently softened here. Hands can come to the knees. And we'll start our practice with some seated cat-cows here. So on the inhale, open the chest, pull those shoulder blades together as we inhale for our cow. And exhale, round the spine, chin to chest for cat. 2 more times. We inhale, open for cow. Exhale, round and tuck for cat. Last time, inhale, open. Exhale, round and tuck. Return to a neutral spine here. On the inhale, right ear drops over to that right shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, left ear, left shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. One more time each side. We'll inhale, right ear, right shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, left ear, left shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. On the next inhale, hand sweep overhead. Exhale, plant the palms down in front of you, shifting your knees forward, coming into our tabletop position. Hands below the shoulders, knees below the hips. Inhale here for a gentle cow, and exhale, sink it right back into a child's pose. We'll find some fluid movement here, moving into tabletop and child's pose. So as we inhale, round through the spine, tabletop. Exhale, sink it right back, child's pose. Finding this fluid motion, moving like a wave. Inhaling to tabletop. And exhale, child's pose. Take that one more time. Inhale. Exhale. Pausing here in child's pose. Allow the forehead to drop down to the mat. Take one breath. Exhale, sink a little deeper. Inhale for tabletop. Exhale to stay. We'll take a few more rounds of our cat and cow. So as we inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin for our cow. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest for cat. Two more times. We inhale into our cow. Exhale for your cat. Last time, inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Return to that neutral spine. We'll come into some thread the needles here. So as we inhale, keep that left hand planted. Sweep the right arm up to the sky. Exhale, thread, and just hover that right arm over the mat. Inhale, reach. Exhale, thread and hover. Inhale, reach. Exhale, thread, and this time allow that right shoulder and the forehead to drop down to the mat. Left hand can stay planted, or maybe we sweep it up and around that lower back. Breathing here. Inhale. Exhale, return that hand to the mat if it's not already there. Inhale, right arm sweeps back up to the sky. Exhale, tabletop. We'll repeat this on the left side. So right hand plants, inhale, left arm sweeps up to the sky. Exhale, thread and hover that arm. Inhale, open. Exhale, thread and hover. Inhale, open. Exhale, thread, and this time that shoulder and forehead comes down to the mat. Again, right hand can stay planted, or maybe we sweep it up and around that lower back. Inhale. Exhale, return the hand down. Inhale, left arm sweeps. Exhale, tabletop. Take anything else you need for the next couple of breaths. Maybe we find some fluid movement, dropping the hips back towards the heels. Anything to wake up your body before we move into our standing sequence. And when you're ready, on the inhale, we'll tuck those toes. Walk the hands a little bit in front of you. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal it out here. Maybe this is your first downward dog of the day. Notice how it feels. Are those hamstrings a little tight? Do we need to bend the knees? Let the head be heavy. Breathing here for 2 more breaths. And on empty, feet to hands at the top of the mat. We'll inhale here, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, slowly, root to rise, arms sweep overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll flow through a modified sun A. So when you're ready, activate those feet at the top of your mat. Maybe go ahead and lift all of the right toes, and one by one, plant them onto the mat. Go ahead and lift all of the left toes, and one by one, plant them down, grounding ourselves in this moment, ready to flow. Hands at heart center. We inhale, sweep them up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back. Take your vinyasa, shift the weight forward, lowering all the way down. Untuck those toes. We inhale, roll the shoulders back, back bend of choice. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Now here's where we modify this a little bit. On the inhale, right leg sweeps up to the sky. Maybe open up the hip for our first time. Take some hip circles if that feels good. Inhale. Exhale, right foot steps on the outside of our right hand. Left hand plants. Inhale, right arm opens for that gentle twist. Exhale, hand plants. Inhale, back to three-legged dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left side, we inhale, three-legged dog. Maybe we exhale here to open up the hip. Take those ankle circles if that feels good for you today. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, left foot steps on the outside of that left hand. Right hand plants. We inhale, sweep the left arm up to the sky. Exhale, plant the hand down. Inhale, back to three-legged dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe here for one breath. On empty, feet to hands at the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, root to rise, arms sweep overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. So that is our modified Sun A. We'll run through that 2 more times before we find our standing sequence. Bring those hands back to heart center. Inhale, we sweep up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step or jump back, taking your vinyasa. Inhale, back bend of choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. One breath here. Inhale, right foot sweeps up to the sky. Exhale, stepping on the outside of that right hand. Inhale, right arm sweeps, gentle twist. Exhale, plant it back down. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg sweeps. Exhale, step it on the outside of that left hand. Inhale, left arm reaches, gentle twist. Exhale, plant it down. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. One breath here. On empty, feet to hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, arms sweep overhead. Exhale, HA. All right, guys, one final time. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back. Take your vinyasa. Inhale, back bend of choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot sweeps. Exhale, corner of the mat. Inhale, right arm lifts. Gentle twist. Exhale, plant it down. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg sweeps. Exhale, outside of left hand. Inhale, left hand sweeps, gentle twist. Exhale, hand plants. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 2 breaths here. Let the head be heavy. Finding stillness or maybe pedaling out those feet. And when you're ready, feet to hands at the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, arms sweep all the way up. Exhale with an HA. Hands to heart center. Hopefully your body is feeling a little bit more loose now that we've completed our Sun A's. Take a moment, shake it out, get a sip of water if you need it. We'll be moving into our first standing sequence. When you're ready, you can meet me at the top of the mat. Feet are hip width distance. Hands at heart center. We inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Step or jump back, taking your vinyasa. Inhale, back bend of choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, we'll move through it the first time slowly, and then we'll take it 2 times breath to movement. When you're ready, inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, we step it between the hands. Setting up for warrior 1, shift that back foot 45 degrees. Heel to arch alignment. Inhale, we sweep it up, warrior 1. Exhale to stay. Squaring those hips to the front of the mat. Another inhale here. Exhale, interlace those hands behind your back. We'll inhale to open the chest. Gaze at the sky. Exhale, begin to bow down, taking your humble warrior. I'm dropping my head and upper body on the inside of my right knee. Letting the head be heavy, hands are interlaced above. Inhale here. Exhale, sink a little deeper. On the next inhale, release the hands, sweep them back up, warrior 1. Exhale to stay. Inhale, lengthen that spine, reach. Exhale, we open, warrior 2. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, right foot turns to the side of the mat as we come into our star pose. Heels in, toes out, we exhale, goddess pose. 3 breaths. Remember here, this is your fullest expression of the pose. It doesn't need to look like mine or your neighbor's. Meeting yourself where you're at. Breathing here. Inhale, back to star. Exhale, hands to heart. Take it left side, Skandasana. Foot can stay planted, or maybe you come up onto the heel, flexing the foot. Hands might stay at the heart, or maybe drop the left hand, open the right up to the sky. Finding your expression here in Skandasana for 1 more breath. We inhale back up to star. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Finding what you need here. Maybe you walk those hands over to the left ankle. Right hand grabs the ankle. We inhale, sweep that left arm up to the sky. Exhale, bring it back down. Walking over to the right foot this time. Left hand, right ankle. We inhale that right arm. And exhale, bring it back down. Hands plant. We inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk your hands over to frame the right foot. Left hand plants, right arm sweeps on the inhale for that gentle twist. Exhale, stay here, or maybe you turn onto the outer edge of that left foot, taking a side plank. Your variation, your expression here. 2 more breaths. Embrace the wobbles, you're so strong. Inhale and exhale, high plank. Take it through your vinyasa or right back into downward facing dog. Awesome job. Take a breath here. We'll find the same thing on the left side. 1 more breath. Okay, when you're ready, inhale, left foot sweeps up to the sky. Exhale, step it between the hands. Right foot shifts 45 degrees. Setting up for warrior 1, we inhale. Exhale to settle. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, interlace those hands behind your back. We inhale, open the chest. Exhale into your humble warrior. This time I'm on the inside of my left knee. Head is heavy. Inhale. Exhale here. Inhale, release the hands, arms sweep back up to the sky, warrior one. Exhale to settle. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, we open, warrior two. Inhale here. Exhale, soften. On the next inhale, left foot turns to meet the side of the mat. We inhale back up to star. Exhale, heels in, toes out, goddess pose. 3 breaths here. Notice how this feels the second time around. Can you open that chest a little bit more? 2 breaths. 1 final breath. Inhale back into star. Exhale, hands to heart, right side skandasana this time. Maybe you stay here or right hand drops. We open the left arm to the sky. Finding your variation. Breathing here. On the next inhale, we pull ourselves back up to star. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale here. Exhale, soften. Finding the same thing on the first side, or maybe you take an early inversion if it's in your practice. Maybe letting the head fall down to the mat. Finding stillness here if that feels good. One more inhale. And exhale. Walking the hands in front of you. We'll inhale for our halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, walk the hands over to the left foot, framing it. Right hand plants, we inhale, left arm sweeps up to the sky. Exhale to stay here, or maybe we roll onto the outer edge of the right foot this time, finding your side plank. 2 breaths here. Wherever your fullest expression is, meet yourself there. 1 more inhale. And exhale, high plank. Find your vinyasa. Or move right back in to downward facing dog. From here, maybe you drop down to the knees. Take a sip of water or coffee. This is our sequence. We'll be moving through it 2 more times. Breath to movement. All right, friends, if you're on your knees, return to a tabletop position. Inhale, tuck the toes. Exhale, return to your downward facing dog. We'll walk those feet to hands at the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, arms sweep overhead. Exhale with that sigh. Hands to heart, center. Activate those feet. Flowing every breath to every movement. When you're ready, inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back. Take your vinyasa or move right into downward facing dog. From down dog. Inhale, right foot sweeps up to the sky. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, interlace the hands behind the back. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, bow, humble warrior. Inhale, release the hands, return to warrior one. Exhale, we open, warrior two. Inhale to star pose. Heels in as we exhale, goddess pose. Inhale, back to star. Exhale, left side skandasana. Inhale, star. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk the hands to the front foot, framing it. Plant that left hand. We inhale, right arm sweeps up to the sky. Exhale to stay or take your side plank. Inhale, exhale, high plank. Move through your vinyasa or right back to downward facing dog. I'll give you one breath here before we take it on the left side. When you're ready, inhale, left foot sweeps. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, we interlace those hands. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, bow forward, humble warrior. Inhale, release the hands, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, star. Heels in as we exhale, goddess pose. Inhale, star. Exhale, right side skandasana. Inhale, star. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk the hands to frame that left foot. Right hand plants. We inhale, left arm sweeps up to the sky. Stay here on the exhale, or maybe you take that side plank. We inhale. Exhale, return to your high plank. Take your vinyasa, or once again, right into downward dog. Whew. Building some heat here. Notice how your body feels. From down dog, maybe we drop down into a child's pose. Take one moment. Just a breath here to reset. Maybe come up onto the knees. Regulate your breathing. Okay, friends, slowly find your way back into that tabletop position. Inhale, tuck the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Last time through. Inhale, maybe lift those heels. Exhale, sink them towards the mat. On empty, feet to hands at the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, arms sweep overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll take that one final time through. So when you're ready, activate those feet. We're hip width distance. Inhale, arms sweep overhead. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Step or jump back. Take your vinyasa. Inhale, back bend of choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing here. On that inhale, right foot sweeps up to the sky. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, interlace those hands behind your back. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, humble warrior. Release those hands. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale to star. Heels in as we exhale, goddess pose. Inhale, star. Exhale, left side skandasana. Inhale, star. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk those hands to frame the right foot. Squaring the hips to the mat. Left hand plants. We inhale, right arm sweeps up to the sky. Exhale to stay, or maybe take your second to last side plank. Inhale. Exhale, high plank, shifting through your vinyasa. Finding a downward dog. We have one final side. Keep breathing. You can do this. Whew. Okay, guys. Inhale, left leg sweeps. Exhale, step it between the hands. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, interlace those hands behind the back. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, humble warrior. Release the hands. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, star. Heels in as we exhale, take your goddess. Inhale, star. Exhale, right side skandasana. Inhale, star. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk the hands to frame that left foot. Right hand plants. Inhale, sweep the left arm up to the sky. Stay here or take your final side plank. Woo, embrace the wobbles. One inhale. Exhale. High plank. Shift that weight forward. Take your vinyasa here. Option is skip down dog and go right to a child's pose. Or dropping to your knees once you get there. Walk those hands out with tented fingers. Allow the forehead to meet the mat. Feeling the energy rushing through your body here. Breathing into any areas where maybe you're still feeling a little bit of tension. Where can you soften in this moment? Let's take a collective inhale together in through the nose. Feel that spine lengthen and exhale. Feel it soften towards the mat. From here, I'll invite you to walk your hands over to the left side of your mat. Maybe that forehead lifts. Right hand can plant on top of the left. We inhale, lengthen. Exhale, soften. Feel that deep stretch of the right side body. One more inhale here. Exhale. Walk those hands back through center over to the right side of your mat this time. Left palm can come on top of the right. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, soften. Feeling the deep stretch of the left side this time. One more inhale. Exhale. Walking those hands back through center. Taking 2 breaths here in your child's pose. Taking anything you need in this moment, maybe a sip of water, maybe another arm stretch. Maybe you interlace those hands, bending the elbows, bringing the hands behind your head for a nice stretch of those arms. And when you're ready, we'll plant those hands down. We'll inhale, round through the spine into a tabletop. Tuck the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Because we had a lot of hip movement today, I'll invite a pigeon pose into our cool down. So if you'd like to join me, we can inhale, sweep that right leg up to the sky. And as you exhale, right knee behind the right wrist and right ankle behind that left wrist. Walking the back leg out a little bit more if you need to. And before you lower all the way down, maybe you plant those fingers into the mat with tented fingers. Inhale, open the chest. If you're outside, feel that sun shining, beating down on you. And exhale, slowly walk those hands out in front of you, lowering all the way down onto your mat. Just breathing here. Notice your breath returning to its normal rhythm. And when you're ready, Begin to walk the hands back towards your body, planting them beneath the shoulders, tucking those left toes, pushing back up into your three-legged dog. Open up that right hip one final time. And exhale, plant it down onto the mat. Taking left side pigeon, lifting that left leg. Exhale, left knee behind the left wrist, left ankle behind the right wrist. Walking that right foot back, tented fingers. We inhale, open the chest. And exhale, walk those hands in front of you, lowering all the way down onto your mat, dropping the forehead down, breathing here again. And on the next inhale, walking those hands back below your shoulders, tucking the right toes. We inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Dropping to the knees, walking the hands back, hands to thighs, leaning over to one side as we sweep those feet around. Scooching up on your mat if you need to. Soles of the feet planted in. Extend those arms long in front of you, palms facing each other. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, round and slowly lower all the way down onto your mat. Inhale here, taking a full body stretch. And exhale, knees to chest. Maybe finding one final pose here, a happy baby. Grabbing the outer edges of your feet, pulling your knees towards your armpits, and finding any final playful movement that feels good, massaging out the lower back. Breathing here. And when you're ready, you can release those feet. Inhale, take one final full body stretch. And exhale, hands fall down by your side. Palms facing up. Allow the eyes to be softened. Relax the jaw. Allow the breath to return to its natural rhythm. Let the shoulders melt into the mat, palms facing up, welcoming love and light from all around you. Letting the legs be heavy, toes facing outward. Knowing that you are held and supported by the ground beneath you as you rest in your Shavasana. If you're ready, begin to find some gentle movements here. Maybe wiggling the fingers, spreading the toes. Bringing that right hand to belly, left hand to heart as you deepen your breath, inhaling in through the nose, feeling the belly rise, and exhale through the mouth, feeling it soften back towards the mat. Maybe we inhale once more, taking that full body stretch as if we're just waking up for the first time today. And exhale, bring those knees into your chest. Begin to find a gentle rocking motion here, side to side. Maybe bringing those hands under the thighs once more as you rock up to a comfortable seated position on your mat. Hands come to those knees, eyes are gently softened. We'll inhale, sweep those arms overhead. As you exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Thanking yourself for showing up today and honoring your fullest expression of yoga. We'll inhale those thumb knuckles to our third eye center. And exhale, bow forward as we say namaste. Thank you so much, and I hope you're enjoying the sunshine as much as I am today. Mwah.